Yo, what is up, everybody? It's Farhan. And let me tell you, I am so stoked to be coming at you today with a brand new video. We're diving deep into the world of script writing. Whether you're dreaming of seeing your words on the big screen, crafting a killer YouTube series, or just want to tell a compelling story, this is your one-stop shop. We're talking about the entire process, from that initial spark of an idea to that final polished draft that's ready to blow people away. And trust me, this isn't just some theoretical mumbo-jumbo. We're going to get real practical, talking about all the tools and tricks I use to bring my own scripts to life. Get ready to grab your notebooks, fire up those laptops, because things are about to get seriously creative up in here. Let's do this thing. All right, so you're fired up. You've got that story idea burning a hole in your brain. That's amazing. But before you dive headfirst into writing, we got to talk strategy. Just like building a house, you need a blueprint, a solid plan to make sure your story doesn't collapse in on itself. First things first, who are you talking to? Who's your audience? Are they your age? Are they older, younger? What do they care about? Understanding your audience is key, because it shapes your language, your tone, your entire approach to the story. Next up, define your goal. What's the message, the feeling you want to leave your audience with? Is it a laugh-out-loud comedy, a tear-jerking drama? Once you know your destination, you can chart the course to get there. And that's where outlining comes in. Think of it as breaking down your story into digestible chunks. What are the key events, the turning points that move your narrative forward? Don't be afraid to get visual here. I'm a huge fan of tools like Miro or Lucidchart for mind mapping ideas. You can also use Trello or Notion to create a structured outline, whatever works for you. The key is to have a roadmap before you hit the gas. Now, I know what you're thinking. Planning sounds boring, right? Trust me, I get it. But here's the thing. A little planning up front saves you a ton of headaches down the line. It keeps you focused, prevents writer's block, and ensures that your story has a clear beginning, middle, and end. Speaking of beginnings, let's talk about the first chapter of your script. Okay, so we've got our blueprint, our roadmap to success. Now comes the fun part, actually writing the darn thing. And here's the secret. The first draft is all about getting those ideas out of your head and onto the page. Don't overthink it, don't censor yourself, just write. Remember that audience we talked about, write like you're talking directly to them. Use simple, conversational language. Imagine you're telling your friend this story at a coffee shop. How would you describe it? Keep it natural, keep it real. Now, because this is a script, you're not just telling the story, you're setting the scene for actors, directors, editors. That means incorporating stage directions. Is your character pacing nervously? Are they shouting from the rooftops? These details bring your script to life, and don't be afraid to break it down. Divide your script into scenes, each with its own mini objective. Think of it like building a house again. Each scene is a brick, and together they form the foundation of your story. Now, when it comes to actually typing this thing out, there are a bunch of great tools out there. Personally, I'm a big fan of Final Draft. It's the industry standard. But Selks is a fantastic free option. And hey, even good old Google Docs does the trick. The important thing is to find what works for you and get those words flowing. Remember, the first draft doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to exist. So, silence that inner critic, unleash your creativity, and get ready to write. All right, you've poured your heart and soul into that first draft. You're feeling good, maybe a little exhausted, but good. Now put on your editor's hat, because it's time to turn that rough diamond into a polished masterpiece. First up, let's look at the big picture, the structure. Does your story flow logically? Are there any plot holes, any scenes that feel unnecessary or out of place? This is your chance to rearrange, to add or cut scenes to make sure your story is as tight and engaging as possible. Next, let's zoom in on the dialogue. Read your script out loud. Really listen to how it sounds. Does it feel natural, authentic? Is each character distinct with their own unique voice? Remember, dialogue should reveal character, move the plot forward, and keep the audience hooked. And speaking of keeping things tight, let's talk about redundancy. Are there any scenes, any lines of dialogue that are repetitive or don't add anything new? Be ruthless, cut the fluff, and let your story shine through. Finally, and this might seem obvious, but proofread, proofread, proofread. Typos and grammatical errors are distracting and make you look unprofessional. Tools like Grammarly, Hemingway Editor, and Pro Writing Aid are your new best friends. This editing process might seem daunting, but trust me, it's worth it. It's like taking a sculptor's chisel to a block of marble. You're chipping away the excess to reveal the true beauty beneath. Okay, you've refined your story, ironed out those wrinkles. Now it's time to put on the finishing touches, formatting your script to meet those industry standards. Because let's face it, first impressions matter. First things first, margins, fonts, and spacing. Stick to the standard screenplay format, 12-point Courier font, 1-inch margins all around, and specific indentations for character names, dialogue, and stage directions. It might seem arbitrary, but it's the language of screenwriting, and using it shows you're serious about your craft. There are a bunch of great software options out there that can help you with this. WriterDuet is a fantastic collaborative tool, and Highland 2 is another popular choice. These programs automatically format your script as you type, saving you time and headaches. But here's the thing, formatting is about more than just aesthetics, it's about clarity. A well-formatted script is easy to read, easy to follow, and makes everyone's life easier, from actors to directors to producers. Think of it like this. You wouldn't show up to a job interview in your pajamas, right? You want to present your best self, and the same goes for your script. A polished, professional format shows that you take your work seriously and that you respect the industry. You've poured your heart and soul into your script, you've polished it to a shine. Now comes the scary part, sharing it with the world, or at least with a trusted few. I know, it can feel like you're bearing your soul, opening yourself up to criticism. But here's the thing, feedback is crucial. It's like having a fresh set of eyes on your work, helping you spot those blind spots you might have missed. Find a trusted friend, a fellow writer, a mentor, someone whose opinion you value, and ask them to read your script. Don't just ask them if they liked it, ask them specific questions. Did the story make sense? Did the characters feel real? Were there any parts that dragged or felt confusing? Now here's the key, be open to constructive criticism. Don't take it personally. Remember, they're not criticizing you, they're criticizing your work, and that's a good thing. It's an opportunity to learn, to grow, to make your script even stronger. There are a bunch of great tools out there that can make this feedback process smoother. Studio Binder is a fantastic platform for sharing scripts and gathering feedback. You can also use tools like Slack or Discord for real-time discussions, or Frame.io for more visual feedback on video projects. Feedback might sting a little at first, but trust me, it's like medicine. It might not taste great going down, but it's good for you in the long run. All right, you've planned, you've written, you've edited, you've gotten feedback, and now you're holding that final polished script in your hands. Feels good, right? But the journey's not over yet. Now it's time to transform those words on a page into a living, breathing story. Whether you're creating a film, a YouTube video, or even just pitching your idea to a producer, you need to be able to communicate your vision effectively. And that's where visualization comes in. Think about the key scenes in your script. What do they look like? What's the mood, the atmosphere? Creating visual aids like mood boards, character sketches, or even rough storyboards can help you communicate your ideas more effectively. Tools like Canva or Visme are great for creating visually appealing mood boards, while storyboard. That is a fantastic option for, well, storyboarding, and hey, even just sketching out your ideas on a napkin can be helpful. Remember, filmmaking is a collaborative art form. You're working with directors, cinematographers, actors, all these talented individuals who bring their own unique perspectives to the table. By providing them with clear visual references, you're giving them a roadmap to your vision, helping them understand your world and bring it to life in a way that's true to your story. It's like the old saying goes, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So go forth and create. Turn those words into images, those images into scenes, and those scenes into a story that will captivate your audience. And there you have it. Follow these steps and use these tools to create a professional and polished script. Remember, the journey from that initial spark of an idea to a finished product is a marathon, not a sprint. So be patient, be persistent, and most importantly, have fun. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, right? Telling stories that move us, that make us think, that make us feel alive. So get out there, tell your story, and who knows, maybe, just maybe, you'll change the world. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more tips and tutorials. Peace out.